Hello, hello. It is Thursday, 5 p.m., and I am Chili Chill. And I don't have any friends around right now, but maybe somebody will walk by the street and I'll holler them in and say, come on by, come on by. It doesn't matter if I know you or I don't. You're all my friends. Um, on Thursdays, I usually do the what I know and what I don't show. And there is not much difference from the other show, which is called Art and Life. But there used to be a little change, of flavors, I guess, or names. I mean, name, it means so much. Like, my name is Chili Chill, and I got a whole bunch of other names. And no matter by what name I go, I'm still gonna be me. There's not another person that's me, but it's just me. I'm also Oleg and Alex and Tilopa and Zoltrim Powell and Alex and a few other things. Um, I've been called Mr. Shitty for a while, spelled with one T. Yeah, I was homeless bum. That was my name. But I'm still me, myself, and I. So my show is the same way, even though this one is called What I Know and What I Don't. It's still the same show. It's still Chill and Friends. Mm. The reason why the name of the show is What I Know is What I Don't is because this is there's a big ocean of knowledge out there. It's kind of vast. It's so vast. It's more like the sky. Because an ocean has limits, but sky is boundless. It just goes on and on, stretches on and on. So it's knowledge, and I know one drop of it, or just breath of it, and I share what I know, and the rest I don't know. But what I don't know, maybe you know. So why don't you come up here and share what you know, and teach me and everybody else about something that is known as knowledge. And sometimes there is also ignorance, which is, I suppose this is the other side of knowledge, but is ignorant a part of knowledge? I don't know. I don't know. The phone is on. The line is 414 Uh, please call. Yeah. The I'm waiting for phone calls because that's the way things are. Uh, Today I'm gonna continue talking about the really great epic of India called Bhagavad Gita, and it's dates about, some people say, 5,000 years. So it was written 3,000 years BC, but before it was written, apparently it was spoken, as most things are spoken before they're written. Before there was language, there was no language, right? But the knowledge was transmitted through people and their students and students. And back in the days, people had good memory because there was no TV, there was no radio, there weren't even books. So whatever, if you wanted to know something, you had to memorize it. That's a lot of ancient literature is in a song format because it's easier to remember information if it's in verse. Since I started reading this book, I learned a little more about it. Yeah, I was just reading without knowing what I was reading. But I still don't know what I'm reading. But I did go to the Hare Krishna temple in Chicago, and they were really nice people. Um, I got a little glimpse of who they are and what they see this book as, and this whole Krishna fella is to them a personification of God. And so when he talks about unborn, unmanifest, he's talking about himself. Hmm. It's really hard, but it's not that hard. It's just really doesn't compute in my brain completely, you know, because I'm not a Christian. So for me, it's hard to understand Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, because I can understand the Father, and for me, it's hard to understand the Son, and I'm completely lost when it comes to the Holy Spirit. I'm like, people say Holy Spirit, and I'm like, do I have it now? I don't know what it is. Mm, yep. But uh, for Hindus, for the Hare Krishnas especially, this Krishna fellow is a personification of God. Um, hmm, I'm not sure why, but he was born and as a blue fella, blue guy, and when he was a kid, all the girls loved him, and he did all kinds of mischievous things, and then he would slay all the demons, and everybody would love him. uh, and uh, that's Krishna. But in this book, he's like a warrior. He's actually an advisor to a prince who is in a who's in a war with his cousins, I think. And from what I understand, some king decided to take out some family of the inheritance, and they didn't like it. So they got all their horses and all their men and started a war. And I think the king was Arjuna's father, who's Arjuna is Krishna's best friend. Or Krishna is Arjuna's best friend because if Krishna is God, everybody is Krishna's friend. Yeah. So, in the previous chapters, we've talked about uh, this guy Arjuna. He didn't want to fight because he didn't want to kill his kinfolk. But then Krishna says, "Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. You're a warrior, and you have to fight because this is a duty." And he also said that you're not gonna kill really anybody because there's nobody to kill. Uh, a human body is just a vessel for the spirit, and after the body dies, the spirit moves on. So nobody is really born and nobody is really dead. All it is just Maya, illusion. And then he talked about uh, some kind of higher teachings where he says that to really understand the nature of mind, you gotta stop desire because desire causes causes confusion. Yeah, it causes attachment to good or attachment to bad, and that leaves the reality out of our reach because we're always leaning towards what we like or what we don't like, ignoring the truth. Simple as it is. So, I started reading the fourth chapter with some friends recently. It's called Knowledge, but I'm gonna uh, read it again, start it again because I already forgot what I've read. I already forgot all of. Well, I kind of remember the other three chapters, but it's such a good book. It's better to memorize it and keep it in your heart than to just read it because as you read things, things go in one ear and come out of the other, or go in one hemisphere. See, I'd rather they go in one hemisphere and go into the other hemisphere and they stay there, but uh, maybe not yet. Maybe someday. So here we go. The fourth teaching. It's called the fourth teaching because each chapter is some kind of a teaching. It has a common theme, and that's the theme that Krishna or the Krishna or Arjuna is trying to portray, or God. It's like this book is the Bible, so this book is like the word of God to Hindus. So it's everything is holy here, and this is the title of this chapter is knowledge. Knowledge is, as my friend Mike Spider said, power. Knowledge is power. Um, Before I knew how to tie my shoes, I had to depend on my parents to do that for me. Now that I know how to tie my own shoes, I can do it myself and feel content and also powerful, somewhat. But they say ignorance is bliss. Hmm. But I don't think so. I think knowledge is a much bigger bliss than ignorance. And the knowledge that I am talking about is the internal knowledge that Krishna is speaking about, the knowledge of self, the knowledge of God. Because inside of each and every being, there is what people refer to as God, this spiritual essence, this unmanifest, uncreated entity. It's not even an entity, it's just a spirit that unites us all. If you let go of your ego, meaning if you let go of who you think you are, like I am Bob and I am Jill and I am Gil or whatever, and look what's underneath all these, all that, then we'll just see the really basic part. I mean, if we got our senses that are telling us things, and even if we cut out the senses, because you know how some people are deaf and some people are blind, some people are blind and deaf and dumb. So if we let go of our senses, what is there? What is there when there is no more senses and there is no more personality, there is no more identity, but there is something still there. And that something is what Krishna calls himself. Yeah. Like Krishna says, Krishna, you have to realize your own Krishna consciousness. Or some people mistakenly, or not mistakenly, but they changed the word Krishna into the word Christ, and they call about Christ consciousness. Realize your Christ consciousness. Realize your Krishna consciousness. I personally, uh, being a Buddhist, I say realize your inherent Buddhahood, because I think that Buddha is a very good word to describe Christ or Krishna, because when it talks about Buddha, Buddha did not talk about just himself. It was just not just Buddha. There's a bunch of Buddhas. And Buddha is the essence. Like Buddha means awakened one, awakened to the nature of the mind, which is what this Christ consciousness, Krishna consciousness is. And when we go and start saying things like Krishna, we're saying we're putting a finger, putting a label, putting a finger on this blue guy who was teaching Arjuna and slaying demons and sleeping with all the pretty ladies. Why did Krishna sleep with all the pretty girls? Well, what else a guy's supposed to do? I don't know. Yeah, but Christ. See, the thing about Christ, words have meanings, okay? And the Christ is has also meaning, and the meaning is Messiah, and Messiah is a person in a Jewish folklore that is supposed to come in the end of time when the judgment day is supposed to be, and just free the world from the sin, from the evil, and rivers are gonna flow with milk and honey, and all the babies are gonna be born and fully grown, and there's a lot of like weird things that's been said about Messiah or Christ. Uh, Whether Jesus was this Messiah or Christ, I personally don't think so. And that's just based on the scripture of Jews, because Messiah is a rather Jewish personality, and well, you know, if they say Buddha is supposed to have 32 marks and Buddha does not have 32 marks, he ain't no Buddha, right? Oh, shit. You know, this religion thing is whack, straight up, because it's dogmatic. How can we put the reality, the living, breathing reality as it is, the present moment, into some kind of a line form? You know, we can't put it behind the lines and say this is how it is, everything is black and white, because it's not black and white, because black is white and white is black, and there is an infinity shades of gray. I personally am a rainbow man, and not the six color rainbow that the gay folks portray, but I personally like the seven colors rainbow. I like the seven notes and stuff like that. You know, I'm just trying to be, I'm just being orthodox. I'm being traditional. I don't dig taking out one color out of a rainbow. Hey, I'm talking to you, gay folk. Got nothing against you, but you shouldn't. If you're gonna take a rainbow as your symbol, at least make it a whole rainbow. And it's like one chromosome is missing, you know? It's like, uh, it's rainbow, but it's not rainbow. And, well, if it's rainbow that's not rainbow, why call it a rainbow? That's just my thoughts. Um, Please call and share your thoughts about my thoughts so we can talk. Otherwise, I'm just listening to myself and I'm like, oh yeah, should make sense. I like this fella. He makes sense. But I'm pretty sure that I don't make 100% sense. And I just love some people to say, you know what, Chili, you're wrong. And I'm like, oh yeah? Why? And I'm really ready to listen because I respect people's thoughts and I respect people. And if person is telling me something and it makes sense, and if anybody shows me that I'm wrong, I would be so happy to change my mind. I There's nothing that I love more than changing myself. I change myself all the time, and I am trying to change myself for the better. But often I do change myself for the worse, which is not good. But at least I know it, and that this knowledge enables me to to use it in the future and maybe get something good out of it. So thus we come to the fourth teaching, which is called knowledge. Lord Krishna says, I taught this undying discipline to the shining sun, first of mortals, who told it to Manu, the progenitor of men. Manu told it to the solar king Ikshvaku. Royal sages knew this discipline, which the tradition handed down, but over the course of time it has decayed, Arjuna. This is the ancient discipline that I have taught to you today. You are my devotee and my friend, and this is the deepest mystery. Uh, Here, Krishna talks about what he talked about before, which is. Oh, excuse me for a second. My friend Benjamin is calling. I'm gonna put him on the line. Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm just here to inform you that you are on the air. I am at the River West Video Store doing my show, and if you want, you can come by and help me out. Hello?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Stop by. Share your mind with the rest of the world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I'm up here for another hour or so. River West Video is by Center and Bremen. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe I'll see you here soon. Bye bye. Yeah. Maybe we'll catch Benjamin. He's a class act. I met him at where did I meet him? I met him at the Mad Planet. For I think it was reggae nation. It was some reggae concert, and I went outside to mingle with the smokers. I don't personally smoke cigarettes, but I love people that do, and I mingle around them all the time. So I came outside to mingle, and I was talking to his sister Bracken, who is having a baby soon. Mazel tov. Um, so I was talking to Bracken, and he came up, and well, we all became friends. He's a nice guy. He does drums. Yeah, he leads a few drum circles around town. If you go online and look for drum circles in Milwaukee, I'm sure you'll come up to something nice. Hey, um, I went to a few of those and I had a good time. It is actually magical. These drum circles, once you get into it, after maybe half an hour of drumming, you start hearing the drums speak to you. They tell stories. They tell you things, and I was like, "Wow, is this for real? Did the drums really talk? You know how they got the talking drum?" And yeah, every drum got a story to tell. It's amazing. Check it out, Drum Circle. Maybe when Ben will get here, if he'll get here, he'll say when he's doing it. But you can just have your own drum circle, get a couple of drums and start drumming and give it some time because good things come usually in time. And for me, it was half an hour, and I was just like, am I hallucinating? I mean, I'm not on drugs or nothing, but why am I hearing all these stories? Yeah. So Krishna was talking previously about how to be superior, how to. He says that when the person actually realizes, Benjamin, Benjamin is just calling. Yes, Ben. You don't need no address. Just come. Hello. Come to Center and Bremen. You know Center. Right by where Kel lives. Huh? Okay, right by Fuel Cafe. Yeah, right next to Fuel Cafe. That's where we're at. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, folks. I have to talk to my buddy because he's not from around here. He don't know where River West Video is. Everybody does. Actually, not everybody. I didn't know about this place. I mean, I walked by it, but never really walked in. And I walked in a few times, but never really walked in. Oh yeah, there's a lot of places out here. There's always hidden places, and they're all like gems and jewels. That day, I was where was I? I was somewhere inside the River West, and I walked into this gallery, and this doesn't even look like a gallery; it looked like a house. And I walked in this gallery. Oh, it was right across a bar that used to be the pub. I'm not sure the name of it now, but it used to be the pub. And this lady runs a gallery right across of it, and doesn't look like a gallery, but it is one. And she told me that she's having an exhibit of the Puerto Rican Five or Cuban Five. It was Puerto Rican Five. It's like five uh, Puerto Rican freedom fighters who got jailed for fighting for independence of Puerto Rico from American imperialism. I mean, what happened in Cuba was pretty rough, and I'm not sure about Puerto Rico, but I read a book about what happened with Cuba and why Castro is Castro and Che Guevara was all that stuff. It's like here was Cuba, a really beautiful place. Everybody was happy. It's an island. Sun is shining. Grass is green. The fish is happy. The birds are flying. Everybody is nice. And then comes one hotel and two hotels and three hotels and whoa! Before people could say what's going on, there was all these hotels all across all around the shore, and none of the locals were allowed to go in. So here people were living in the island being happy, and all of a sudden they can't even go swim in the ocean. I'd be upset. I'm like, screw you, America, and your money. Me don't need your money. Me want my sun and my ocean. Yeah. So, but I'm not really down with communism. I lived in a communist country, and well, I had a really beautiful childhood. But I'm not down with um, like absence of freedom of speech and human rights and all that. But that's what's coming to America soon. If you read the news, and you will see that there's this book called 1984, and we're getting close to that. It's like ouch. I I I left communist country to be in a free country, and now I'm like this free country is turning almost like communist, and I ain't gotten none again. I'm not talking about um, socialism. I'm talking about the absence of freedom of speech and the government spreading all the lies and all the pollution and total negligence of just decency, you know, like decency, basic human decency. Like, I love the sky, I love the land. I don't wanna, I don't wanna hurt the land where I'm at. That's what I see decent. I have all these friends, neighbors, and people. I don't wanna hurt them either. Let's just get along and be in peace and love. But well, we'll see what the world is gonna happen. what the world is coming to. Back to the book. Krishna was saying that, I guess, because he's like a God person, he taught it to the sun and taught it to the first man. And back in the days, everybody knew this thing, discipline, like this, like um, absence of desire. That's what is meant by discipline, or enlightenment, I guess. It's enlightening. But Krishna says time has really decayed the teachings of reality, of essence of nature, of mind and space and time and everything else. So people became kind of ignorant and self-conceited and greedy and egoistic, and they forgot what really matters. And Arjuna, he says, your birth followed the birth of the sun. How can I comprehend that you taught it in the beginning? Well, Arjuna is like, hey man, you're my buddy, Krishna, okay? But I know you. You were as a baby. I knew you as a baby. I knew you as a adolescent. You was not there before the sun. I guess Arjuna doesn't really know that Krishna is like eternal God thing. Because Krishna, as I understand it, is not necessarily just this being. It's, well, first of all, this is a book. It's not real life, but if you think about that which is unmanifest, and you give it a form, why does the form has to sleep with all the beautiful ladies and slay all the demons? I don't know. So Lord Krishna answers Arjuna, I have passed through many births, and so have you. I know them all, but you do not, Arjuna. He says that he knows himself. He knows where he's coming from. I'm not sure if he knows where he's going, but he says he definitely knows where he's coming from. But his buddy Arjuna, he don't know jack. So myself, unborn, undying, the Lord of creatures, I fashion nature, which is mine, and I come into being through my own magic. Alright, here he says that he is the master blaster. He's like, he's the ruler of everything there is. He created the nature, and he's self-manifested. So basically, in my understanding, he says that there is no me. Everything is me. Everything that happens is because I make it so. Just because I am. Whenever sacred duty decays and chaos prevails, then I create myself Arjuna. To protect men of virtue and destroy men who do evil. To set the standard of sacred duty, I appear in age after age. Here Krishna says that even though he is like a spirit that has no form. When the world descends into darkness and things are about to get destroyed, there is too many evil running rampant, he manifests as, well, in this book, he manifests as Krishna, the blue boy who loved all the ladies and slayed all the demons. But I guess in a time before our time, in a time before this time, he was someone else. Maybe he was a lady. Maybe he was a beautiful lady. Maybe he manifested as an old hag. Or maybe he can manifest at any time as anybody, as a bird, or a bee, or a tree. Well, I don't know if he can manifest as a tree, because tree don't do much. Um, he who really knows my divine birth and my action escapes rebirth. When he abandons the body and he comes to me, Arjuna. I'm gonna read it again. He who really knows my divine birth and my action escapes rebirth when he abandons the body and he comes to me, Arjuna. Okay. So if we take this nature of mind, which is underneath all our senses and all our personalities, and we get this pure intelligence, which is just there when we die, and we are not attached to what our senses. We're not feeling for something, because think about this. So we're spiritual beings, we're spirits in this physical form, and we get to liking this, our senses, and we get to liking being in our bodies or wherever. Maybe not even liking, but we get really used to it, and then we'll lose our body. We're gonna look for some other body to occupy, because we got all these desires, we got all these addictions, like, oh, I want to see, I want to smell, I want to taste, I want. And that's why we come to birth after birth after birth, because the spirit doesn't die, but the form, the human or any other form, it does. So the spirit remains intact with all the previous state of mind it was in when the person or anybody else died. Um, and when a person knows this and has discipline, or develop the consciousness so much that the consciousness is not attracted or averse by anything, and there's no more grasping to any sense form. Hi. Good, good. Come on by. Would you like to? We got a new friend coming in.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
It's going good. I'm doing my show. I'm reading Bhagavad Gita.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm learning about it. It's an interesting book.
that's something to really get into. Very interesting. You're trying to learn how to play the guitar?
Uh, I've been wanting to learn how to play guitar for years after years. Why do you ask?
I don't know, because you said you're reading about.
Bhagavad Gita. I'm reading Bhagavad Gita.
Oh,
It's like
oh.
it's
I
like
thought you said guitar.
no,
You said guitar?
Gita. It's my accent.
My bad, you guys. Oh, you have a cute accent, though. I'm sorry. I totally had a different conversation. We weren't even in the same conversation. I
Well, come on
forgot.
by. We don't have to talk about this. I
Oh.
I still got another hour or so.
Oh.
My show is called Chili Chill and Friends, and
Oh.
this one is called What I Know and What I Don't.
What you
So
know?
yeah, so you can come and you can share what you know. I'm sharing right now what I don't know
Oh.
by talking about what somebody else knows.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to do things, you know.
Yeah.
It's good to not know something.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a mic. Have a seat and speak a few words.
Oh, well, actually,
Frankie
we're
does
gonna be
not
in and
mind.
out. Well, I don't know how long we're gonna be here, so I don't know if I can stay up here and chit chat
Five
because I'll
minutes
be
would be enough.
rambling on and on
Yeah,
and
yeah, come on,
on.
come on, 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 come on. Have a seat. Yeah, let the man do the man's job and the woman, take a say hello. Say hello.
Wait. I'm on camera.
Oh, you're not. I am.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You're,
excuse
you're on the
me.
microphone. Can you say something? Say hello.
Hello.
Huh?
Echo.
All right. Good. Gonna put it a little down. So please, because the listeners,
Oh,
it's
so
being
people listening to
live
my
too. It's being
raggedy
recorded.
voice.
Uh, they heard me talking, but I don't think they heard you.
Okay. That's a bummer.
Yeah, well now they can hear you. So
They're like, who is
everything you
this trick?
says, watch your tongue, cause you can cuss. I was just told today. I've been a potty
Well,
mouth.
good they didn't hear us because we was having a very irrelevant conversation. I thought you were talking about guitars and you said something about guitar. So, I mean, I would have really sounded like a fool. So,
No, no, no.
things happen for a reason. Look at people staring. Oh, it's like the Today Show.
Yeah,
It's like
it is.
we're in Rockefeller Plaza, River West Plaza.
Yeah, I just sit
Shit.
here and I watch people walk by and I try to get them in here. Now come, come, come,
Freaking Rocky
and
Road
say a
Plaza.
word.
Uh, brother waving with a book bag
Yeah,
plaza.
cause the world is full of people,
Oh yeah, it's all that's what
and
it is. That's what a world is without us. I mean, it wouldn't be a world
mm-mm,
because it wouldn't be us to even realize there's a world.
and everybody is
It's
really
all in what you
different.
see.
So,
It's all in
so
what you
tell me about
see.
yourself. What you've been up to lately?
Oh my
Any
goodness.
projects you've been working on?
Well, I've been
What?
trying to get into music.
Like guitar?
Not, not guitar. That would take forever. But no, singing is something that I was trying to get into. And I made that realization about a few months ago.
Was you just a few months ago?
I'm trying to let these people know I had a revelation this year that I should start, becoming a singer.
Oh.
Okay, well don't
That's
get too excited.
it's an amazing thing that everybody got a voice.
Got
You
your
all
hands
got a
on your
voice.
hip.
Frankie, come on. Look at you. Did you get a haircut?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
look
that
so office-like.
Yeah, I know. I look like I work in a cubicle.
You do.
I had
Are
to
you
go
working
to-
in a cubicle
No, I
now?
had to go to a stupid meeting.
Oh yeah,
For
all
film
meetings are.
stuff.
You look like Matt Lauer.
You wanna have a seat and
No, I need a drink.
Look like
I'm gonna
Bob
go, I'm gonna go get a
Saget.
whiskey. I need a drink.
drink some wine instead
some
of
wine?
whiskey? Yeah, whiskey. I've known a lot of whiskey heads, and they all ended up dead.
Why are you
Cause
posing like that? I wish people could see you.
Whiskey is destructive. I mean, most people die when they're like 60, 70, when they
Frankie,
drink
you
whiskey or
leaving?
vodka. But people who drink wine, don't know the winos. Oh, they live to be 120.
Mm.
Yeah, cause
A lot of power in those purple grapes. Man.
yeah,
Or red,
antioxidants.
or whatever. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just people's will to live. Some people don't want to stop. I think the highest form of death or the It's people who just want to stop and retire.
Think so? I
Interest.
think people just wanna say, okay, I had enough of living. Let me just
When,
rest in
when
peace.
people don't want much, even when they don't realize it, if you're okay, flipping burgers, and you shouldn't be okay with that. And that's
I
accepting like a very low life. And if the stars are way up there and that's high, and all you're worrying about is what's in front of you, you're not really
What
gonna
else
get
is
too
there?
far.
So
So you gotta reach out for more. So people just kind of stop. And they kind of just rot. They just rot away. Even when they don't realize that they're just living in it. It just becomes a part of them.
this book that I'm reading, it tells people, yeah,
You know, people
to
gotta reach
let
for higher,
go
but
of
you know,
trying, let go of grasping, let go of attaching things, let go of desiring things. It's weird.
but you gotta desire, man. You gotta want. You can't just be like, this is okay. If you want to go to Guatemala, try your best to get there, no matter what.
Do you
Don't
wanna
let
go to
anything.
Guatemala?
I would love to go to a lot of places all over the world. There's so much life out there. And it's just like, man, all these bills and all this stuff is just keeping people from life, you know? I was like,
How's this
wow.
radio program doing?
The radio program is going very well, Frankie. Ask me. No, you just say talk while I'm on the phone. Just
Well, actually, I'm going to be leaving. I have to head out, and I'm going to get
Epa.
some food from Corazon. So, peace out, and I hope you guys enjoyed my babble. Hopefully, it wasn't. Bye. Au revoir.
You guys filling in?
Yep.
What time is it?
Almost 6.
Really? Have I been talking for so long? Gee, wait. All right, I haven't even started reading this book. Actually, I just started.
Do you mind if we set up?
Huh?
Do you mind if we set up?
Yeah, set your thing up. Somebody, Do you mind if I still talk?
I kind of do, because I have this set.
Oh, okay.
That's alright.
Well, this is it. This is the end of the first part of the first part of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and maybe I'll talk about it next time I come on Tuesday or Thursday, or maybe I'll talk about something else. I don't know what I'm gonna be talking about because I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Life is as it is, and when it's not there, well, you tell me what it is. I'm out of here.